Washington, $754.6 million. Picture this. You're at the grocery store. You glance up at a lottery sign. On impulse, you buy a ticket. That decision just made you $407 million richer. This actually happened to Becky Bell in February 2023. She's a Boeing supply chain analyst shopping at Fred Meyer in Washington. Here's the detail that makes it perfect. Bell only saw the Jackpot sign because she used a different checkout lane than usual. One lane to the left, and she never buys that ticket. After winning, she kept working for 2 weeks before telling anyone. Imagine sitting in meetings about supply chain logistics when you literally never have to work again. Bell took the $407.2 million lump sum. No system, no strategy, just random chance on a random Tuesday. But here's what most people don't realize about going back to work after winning. The psychological pressure is insane. Every conversation feels fake. You're living a double life. Bell eventually quit, obviously. But those 2 weeks? That's the kind of discipline that separates smart winners from the ones who blow it all. Massachusetts, $758.7 million. August 2017. Mavis Wanchik wins $758.7 million. The next day, literally the next day, she walks into lottery headquarters and says 6 words every employee dreams of. I just want to relax now. No lawyers yet. No anonymity strategy. Just pure I'm done energy. She'd worked at Mercy Medical Center for 32 years. Gone. She took the $480.5 million cash option and became an instant celebrity. At the time, this was the largest single-ticket win in history. But here's what nobody tells you about going public like Wanchik did. Her phone number leaked within hours. Her address became public knowledge. She had to hire security immediately. A significant chunk of that $480 million went to protection services. Why did she go public? Massachusetts required it back then. She had no choice. But even if she did, some winners crave that validation. They want the world to know. Others, they'd rather disappear. One winner coming up actually got sued trying to keep their secret. That story gets messy. Wisconsin, $768.4 million. Manuel Franco was 24 when he won $768.4 million in March 2019. 24 years old. Most people that age are drowning in student loans. Franco's suddenly worth $477 million in cash. He quit his job immediately, which is expected. But here's where it gets interesting. During his press conference, he admitted something revealing. He said he felt lucky the day he bought the ticket. He couldn't explain it, just a feeling. Then after winning, his hands shook for weeks. He barely slept for a month, terrified someone would steal his ticket or he'd lose it somehow. Franco kept moving it to different hiding spots every night, under the mattress, in a book, in his car. This level of paranoia sounds extreme until you're holding a piece of paper worth $500 million. One house fire, one break-in, one moment of carelessness, and it's gone. Franco represented a new generation of lottery winners. Young, careful, thinking about investments instead of Lamborghinis. But not everyone on this list showed that restraint. Texas, $810 million. September 2024. Someone in Texas wins $810 million. But we have absolutely no idea who they are. The winner claimed through the Saul Living Trust, a legal entity designed for one purpose, anonymity. They took the $409.3 million cash option and vanished. Texas allows this, and smart winners exploit it ruthlessly. Here's why anonymity matters. The second your name goes public, you become a target. Long-lost relatives appear out of nowhere. Investment opportunities flood your mailbox. Scammers get creative with their approaches. The Soul Living Trust winner avoided all of it. They could be your neighbor, your coworker, the person behind you at Starbucks right now. You'd never know. This is the ultimate lottery fantasy, life-changing wealth without life-destroying attention. But it creates a psychological prison too. You can't celebrate openly, can't tell friends, can't post on social media. Is the money worth it if you can't share the joy? One winner struggled with that exact question so much they ended up in court over it. Michigan, $842.4 million. New Year's Day 2024. 3 people, 1 lottery club, and history. The Breakfast Club wins $842.4 million on the first ever New Year's Day Powerball jackpot. These 3 Michigan residents had been pooling money to buy tickets, and their strategy paid off spectacularly. Even split 3 ways, the $425.2 million cash payout gave each member life-changing money. Here's what makes lottery clubs fascinating. You dramatically increase your odds, but you split the prize. The math still works. 3 people sharing $425 million beats 1 person with $0. But lottery clubs can end badly. Friends sue friends over who contributed what. Partnerships dissolve into bitter legal fights. Someone always claims the agreement was different than everyone remembers. The Breakfast Club avoided that nightmare somehow. They had their agreement tight. But not every group on this list was so lucky. One partnership coming up handled their wins so perfectly, they vanished into complete anonymity. Another? Well, that one exploded into a lawsuit that exposed everything. Georgia, $980 million. November 2025, Noonan, Georgia. Population, 42,000. Someone in this small city is walking around with a secret worth $453.6 million in cash. They won $980 million, claimed anonymously through Georgia's privacy laws, and disappeared. The entire town went insane trying to figure out who it was. Small towns can't keep secrets like this. Everyone knows everyone, so the speculation became obsessive. Was it the quiet teacher who suddenly retired? The gas station owner who's been playing the same numbers for years? Somebody's grandmother who finally hit? People started watching their neighbors for signs. Did someone quit their job unexpectedly? Buy a new car? Take a random vacation? The paranoia spreads both ways. The winner has to hide every sign of wealth. No social media posts, no big purchases, no telling even close friends. That's the discipline required to truly protect lottery winnings. Most people can't handle it. The psychological pressure breaks them. One winner on this list tried to keep their secret and ended up in a lawsuit that revealed everything. Michigan, $1.05 billion. January 2021. COVID is raging. Millions of Americans are struggling financially, and 4 people in Oakland County, Michigan just became billionaires. The Wolverine FLL Club wins $1.05 billion, a billion with a B. They took the $776 million lump sum and essentially vanished. We know they were from Oakland County, one of Michigan's wealthiest areas. That's it. 4 people split $750 million, and they stayed completely under the radar. Here's the psychology. When you're already comfortable financially, winning the lottery doesn't change your behavior as dramatically. You don't quit your job in a blaze of glory or buy a mansion immediately. You hire elite lawyers and financial advisors quietly. You make the money work for you without broadcasting it. The Wolverine FLL Club understood this, but most winners don't. They can't help themselves. The temptation to spend is overwhelming. One winner coming up went on a real estate buying spree so extravagant it made international headlines. We're getting close to that story. California, $1.08 billion. July 2023, downtown Los Angeles. A neighborhood known for hustle, not luxury. Yanira Alvarez buys a ticket at Las Palmitas Mini Market. That ticket pays her $558.1 million in cash. California produces more major lottery winners than anywhere else, partly because of its massive population, but also because Californians are absolutely lottery obsessed. After Alvarez won, Las Palmitas Mini Market became instantly famous. People drove from across the city to buy tickets at the Lucky Store. Lines out the door for months. Here's the reality check though. Lottery retailers don't actually have luck. It's pure statistics. High-traffic stores sell more tickets, so they produce more winners mathematically. But the myth persists because people desperately want to believe in lucky locations. Alvarez joined California's exclusive club of lottery elite with this win. But she's not even close to the biggest California winner on this list. 2 more are coming. One of them holds the world record that might never be broken. New Jersey, $1.13 billion. March 26, 2024. ShopRite Liquor in Neptune Township sells a $1.13 billion Mega Millions ticket. Then, nothing. Days pass, weeks pass, months pass. New Jersey lottery officials are sweating, wondering if someone lost $1 billion ticket. The entire state is checking and rechecking old tickets frantically. People are digging through trash, searching coat pockets, going through their cars. The suspense is agonizing. Finally, after months, someone claims it, probably through a trust based on the delay. The $537.5 million cash value is secured. But here's the terrifying question this raised. How many winning tickets get thrown away by mistake? Statistics suggest hundreds of millions in lottery prizes go unclaimed every year. People move and forget to check tickets. They lose them. They don't realize they won. Imagine finding a jacket you haven't worn in months and discovering $1 billion ticket in the pocket. That near-miss feeling haunted New Jersey for months. The winner's identity? Still unknown. But the suspense itself became lottery legend. California, $1.269 billion. December 27, 2024. Rosemary Casserati wins $1.269 billion in tiny Cottonwood, California. The town's population? About 3,400 people. That means roughly 1 in every 3,400 residents just became a billionaire. The entire town erupted. Sunshine Food and Gas, where the ticket was sold, became a pilgrimage site. But small-town lottery wins create a unique problem. Everyone knows everyone. The speculation isn't idle curiosity. People are mentally running through every neighbor, trying to match faces to secret billionaire. Did they go to the same church? Shop at the same stores? Work at the same place? Small towns cannot keep secrets the way cities can. Casserati's name went public, but she wisely kept a low profile otherwise. She took the $571.9 million cash option. The late December timing meant she ended 2024 as one person and began 2025 as something completely different. California isn't done on this list. 2 more massive California winners are coming, including the absolute biggest lottery winner in human history. Oregon, $1.326 billion. April 2024. Cheng Charlie Safin is battling cancer. He's buying lottery tickets with his wife and a friend named Liza Chow, who contributed $100 toward tickets. Then they win $1.326 billion. This isn't just a lottery story. It's a story about integrity. Safin had zero legal obligation to share with Chow. She gave $100. When you win over $1 billion, you could easily forget about that contribution. Nobody would know, but Safin didn't. He split the $621 million cash payout 3 ways: himself, his wife, and Chow. That decision cost him hundreds of millions of dollars, and he made it without hesitation. Why? Because his word meant something, even when he was facing death. The cancer diagnosis made this win bittersweet. Unlimited money, but uncertain time. Safin could now afford the best medical care in the world, but no amount of money guarantees more years. This is the human side of lottery wins that rarely gets discussed. Sometimes the money comes exactly when you need it most. Illinois, $1.337 billion. 2 people make an agreement. If we win, we split it. July 2022, they win $1.337 billion in Illinois. Nobody knows who they are. The partnership took weeks to claim, and when they finally did, they took the $780.5 million cash option and vanished into anonymity. Here's why this is brilliant. 2 people keeping $1 billion secret is exponentially harder than 1 person. Every relationship has stress points. Money amplifies them catastrophically. These partners could have turned on each other. One could have claimed the whole ticket. Disputes could have erupted over splitting percentages. Instead, they honored their agreement, split the money, and disappeared. We don't know if they were friends, relatives, co-workers, or romantic partners. We don't know if they still speak to each other or if the money complicated their relationship. What we do know is they showed remarkable discretion in an age where everyone overshares everything. But not everyone on this list managed that level of secrecy. One winner's privacy attempt backfired spectacularly, leading to a lawsuit. Florida, $1.602 billion. August 8, 2023, Neptune Beach, Florida, a Publix supermarket. Someone buys a ticket and wins $1.602 billion. They claim through Saltines Holdings, LLC, take the $794.2 million cash option and disappear. Florida is basically lottery paradise because of one detail: no state income tax. That $794 million goes significantly further here than in high-tax states like California or New York. The winner saves tens of millions just by living in Florida. But here's the psychological warfare. Everyone who shops at that Publix is convinced it's someone they know. Your cashier, the person behind you in line, that regular customer who always buys scratch-offs. In your mind, you're running through faces trying to match them to a secret billionaire. Neptune Beach is small enough that the winner almost certainly walks past people speculating about them daily. They hear the conversations, they see the news coverage, and they say nothing. That level of self-control is superhuman. It's also necessary because going public can destroy your life. Just ask the winners who couldn't resist the spotlight. California, $1.765 billion. October 11th, 2023. Frazier Park, California, population under 3,000. A group wins $1.765 billion at Midway Market and Liquor. Theodora Struck represents them publicly, but the full group stays hidden. They split the $774.1 million cash value. Each member becomes wealthy beyond imagination. This tiny mountain town between LA and Bakersfield became instantly famous overnight. Here's what group wins reveal about lottery math. If you're in a 10-person lottery club and you win $1.765 billion, each person gets roughly $77 million after splitting the cash value. That's still life-changing money, but your odds of winning increase tenfold by pooling resources. Group play is statistically smart. Emotionally, though? Complicated. What if someone claims they contributed more? What if the ticket buyer says they used personal money, not group money? These disputes happen constantly in lottery clubs. Fraser Park's group apparently had their agreement ironclad, but others weren't so fortunate. Some dissolved into lawsuits and bitterness. The key is having everything documented before you win. Missouri and Texas, $1.787 billion. September 6, 2025. The Powerball jackpot has rolled over 42 consecutive times without a winner. 42 drawings. The odds finally catch up. 2 tickets hit simultaneously, one in Missouri, one in Texas. The $1.787 billion splits between them. Both winners stay anonymous. Here's the mind-bending part. Somewhere in Missouri and somewhere in Texas, 2 separate people are experiencing the exact same life-changing moment and don't know the other exists. They're both checking numbers in disbelief, both shaking, both wondering if it's real, and they're doing it simultaneously in different states, completely unaware they're sharing this cosmic moment with someone else. The 42 drawing streak showed just how impossible these odds are. Approximately 1 in 292 million per ticket. Millions of tickets sold per drawing for 42 straight drawings. Nobody won. Then suddenly 2 tickets win at once. The mathematics are brutal and beautiful, but they're nothing compared to what's coming next. The final 2 winners changed everything. Arkansas, $1.817 billion. Christmas Eve 2025, December 24th. A single ticket in Arkansas wins $1.817 billion, the second largest lottery prize in world history. The winner chooses anonymity and takes the $834.9 million cash option. Now imagine this. It's Christmas Eve. Your family is gathering. Presents are being wrapped. You check your lottery ticket. The numbers match. All of them. You're suddenly worth nearly $2 billion. How do you make it through Christmas dinner without your face revealing everything? How do you open presents and pretend nothing changed? How do you sleep that night knowing your entire life just transformed on the night before Christmas? This winner faced all of that and somehow kept quiet. The discipline required is almost inhuman. Arkansas had never seen anything like this. The state lottery officials were preparing for the biggest payout in state history. But here's what's truly wild. This is only number 2. There's a bigger win. Someone won even more than $1.817 billion. That winner's story is extraordinary. Their purchases made international headlines. California, $2.04 billion. November 7th, 2022. Edwin Castro walks into Joe's Service Center in Altadena, California. He buys a lottery ticket. That ticket wins $2.04 billion, the largest lottery prize in human history. Castro takes the $997.6 million lump sum and becomes an instant billionaire. Then he does something only a billionaire would do. He goes on a real estate buying spree that becomes international news. Hollywood Hills Mansion, $25 million. Bel Air property, $4 million. A vintage Porsche, a white Lamborghini, a Japanese estate in La Cañada Flint Ridge worth $47 million. Castro didn't hide. He didn't use an LLC. He claimed publicly and lived his truth. The media tracked every purchase. People criticized him for being flashy. Others celebrated him for enjoying his money. But here's reality. Castro won $2 billion. He can do whatever he wants. His story represents the absolute peak of lottery culture, the moment when prizes became so large they stopped feeling real. $2 billion is more money than most people can conceptualize. Castro turned a random Tuesday at a gas station into generational wealth that will outlive him.